this hour on VTV News. Innovation and digital transformation, Vietnam's path to prosperity. And later on, Resolution 57 inspires Vietnamese experts and academics to drive national development. And in our world news, EU ministers will consider easing sanctions on Syria.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is now 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Thuy with the latest updates. Now, on Monday, the Politburo and Central Secretariat of the Communist Party of Vietnam held a national conference focused on breakthrough development in science, technology, innovation, and national digital transformation. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm chaired the conference with State President Lương Cường, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, National Assembly Chair Trần Thanh Mẫn, and other current and former party and state leaders in attendance.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, speaking on behalf of the government, outlined the key elements of the government's action program for implementing the resolution. He highlighted the importance of increasing investment in this area, developing high-quality human resources, accelerating digital transformation, and applying science and technology in government and business operations. National Assembly Chair Trần Thanh Mẫn delivered a keynote address on policies and solutions for institutional reform to promote science, technology, innovation, and national digital transformation. His analysis covered the current legal framework's strengths and weaknesses in these areas, highlighting the need for bold reforms in legislative thinking, methods, and procedures. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm confirmed that Resolution 57 has garnered broad support from party members, scientists, and businesses, both within Vietnam and internationally. To expedite implementation, he called for swift institutionalization of the proposed policies and solutions, with sufficient resources allocated for their execution.
The key principle is to regard investment in science, technology, innovation, and digital transformation as a long-term strategy, accepting delays and risks in the process. This is an investment. And as with any investment, there are risks and rewards. Data should be seen as a new resource, a new form of production material. Digital transformation is a tool for innovating production and business methods, as well as modernizing the workforce. Innovation is key to achieving sustainable prosperity, with scientists at the center. Breakthroughs must occur in both natural and social sciences, which represent vast, untapped territories, offering opportunities for intellectuals, scientists, and workers to turn stones into rice. We need to shift beyond simply applying and mastering technology to building breakthrough creative capabilities, seizing opportunities from the Fourth Industrial Revolution to leapfrog forward and shape the future. The implementation of the resolution must focus on the real-world challenges our country is facing and the needs of the market and economy.
In presenting 4 key tasks and 8 breakthrough solutions for the entire political system, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm stressed that developing science, technology, innovation, and digital transformation is not merely an option, but a matter of survival. Leaders at all levels must treat this as a central political task, while scientists and businesses must contribute their creative expertise. The public must also embrace this transformation through continuous learning, enhanced digital skills, and adaptation to the evolving landscape.
The introduction of Resolution 57 is seen as a sign of enthusiasm for the country's Vietnamese science and technology community and academics abroad. The resolution would enthuse and excite Vietnamese experts and academics overseas and encourage them to contribute to the wholeness development.
The event was deeply emotional, but it has also given me greater confidence in our nation's future. The commitment of the party, state, government, and National Assembly leaders, who have enacted such a resolution in such a short time, makes entrepreneurs like me feel both proud and optimistic about what lies ahead.
As the party chief pointed out, investment in science, technology, and high-tech development is vital for Vietnam to escape the middle-income trap. Allocating 2% of GDP for this purpose is, I believe, a very sensible decision. It places enterprises at the forefront and energizes us to bring advanced technology into practical use.
This is my first time attending a major conference with such a vibrant and invigorating atmosphere. The idea of establishing a technical council that includes contributors from both within the country and abroad is excellent. Regarding science and technology, many overseas Vietnamese or those who have studied and worked abroad have a better grasp of advanced technologies. They are an invaluable asset. Let's make the most of their expertise.
Thì chúng ta hãy dùng những cái bạn đó là cái tài sản lớn lắm.
Làm sao chúng ta có thể kết hợp cái ngoại giao công nghệ. The discussions on the technology diplomacy program are incredibly inspiring. Combining diplomacy with technology to enhance education and training is a vital step forward. We must develop strategies to attract and retain Vietnamese talents from both home and abroad. With nearly 200,000 Vietnamese studying in foreign countries, we should establish policies that entice them to return and contribute to the nation's development. We already have the right direction and foundation. What we need now are people. With human strength, even stones can be turned into rice.
On a Monday afternoon, Party General Secretary To Lâm held a working session with the Bắc Ninh Provincial Party Committee. Now, during the session, he proposed paying special attention to the party building process, innovating leadership methods, and enhancing the party's role in developing Bắc Ninh into an era with a high quality of life.
The party chief commended the province's remarkable progress since its re-establishment. Recognizing the province's strengths, he emphasized the importance of sustainable economic development with double-digit growth and prioritizing party-building efforts.
Innovating leadership means ensuring that ideas and directives reach the grassroots and all party members. The key breakthrough lies in the effective organization. The ultimate goal must always be to improve people's lives, including their spiritual, cultural, educational, and medieval well-being, to make Bắc Ninh a land worth living.
The party chief presented gifts to retired provincial leaders, intellectuals, religious dignitaries, heroic Vietnamese mothers, heroes, invalids, and students who earned international gold medals in 2024. Earlier, during his visit to Amcor Technology Vietnam, the party chief met with workers and extended New Year greetings. He commended the province's efforts in caring for workers. He urged company management in industrial parks to continue supporting their workforce by ensuring their rights, enhancing cultural and spiritual life, providing vocational training, and fostering family welfare. The party general secretary and his delegation also paid tribute to the late party general secretary Nguyễn Văn Cừ by offering incense and flowers at his memorial site. He called on the party committee and the people of Bắc Ninh to maintain and preserve the memorial site as a significant educational destination for revolutionary traditions. Later in the afternoon, the party chief attended a groundbreaking ceremony for the Angkor Wat Temple and Temple of Literature Park in Bắc Ninh City. It will serve as a central for educating young generations on Ho Chi Minh's ideology, morality, and revolutionary traditions.
Vietnam has always treasured and wishes to upgrade its traditional friendship with Mongolia across the board, State President Lương Cường said during a reception for visiting chair of the Presidential Office of Mongolia, Gombojav Jandashatar, in Hanoi on Monday. He welcomed the signing of a cooperation agreement between the two presidential offices, describing it as a significant move to foster their close collaboration and comprehensive partnership. The state president asked the Mongolian representatives to continue creating favorable conditions for Vietnamese community, helping them better integrate into the host nation and promoting their role in bridging the two countries' friendship. Chair Jandashatar said he hopes that the two countries, building upon their 70 years relationship, will maintain the exchange of delegations at all levels to improve political trust while bolstering collaboration across all areas. The Government Steering Committee convened in Hanoi for its 10th meeting, chaired by Prime Minister Phie, to review the progress of implementing Resolution 18 for streamlining government apparatus on Monday. More to follow.
The meeting heard reports on progress in reorganizing the inspection agency system effectively and efficiently. Prime Minister Phie acknowledged that while the current inspection method is generally effective, the system remains overly complex, with inefficiencies in some areas. He stressed the need for reorganization and restructuring, emphasizing that core functions and tasks should not be abandoned. The Prime Minister called for a review of the inspection agency system to ensure optimal efficiency in political tasks, while also focusing on improving the quality of personnel. After streamlining the organizational apparatus of the 15th government for the 2021-2026 term, there will be 14 ministries and 3 ministerial-level agencies, a reduction of 5 ministries and ministerial-level agencies, equivalent to a reduction of 22.7%.
Prime Minister Phie met with Alexei Likashev, CEO of the Russian State Atomic Energy Corporation, or Rosatom, on Monday, and praised Russia's support for Vietnam in nuclear energy training, the Dalat nuclear reactor, and the Vietnam-Russia Tropical Center. The Prime Minister highlighted Vietnam's plan to restart its nuclear power project for energy security and development, aiming for zero net emissions by 2050. He expressed hope for continued cooperation with Rosatom in developing nuclear energy and science for peaceful purposes. Likashev confirmed Rosatom's readiness to assist in building nuclear plants, transferring technology, and advancing nuclear science in Vietnam. Now, also at the government headquarters, Prime Minister Phie met with Finnish Minister of Employment Arto Satonen to discuss enhancing Vietnam-Finland cooperation in labor and education. The Prime Minister highlighted Vietnam's large youthful workforce and emphasized the need to implement the recently signed Memorandum of Understanding on Labor Cooperation effectively. He urged collaboration in vocational education, green transformation, and renewable energy. The Prime Minister also requested continued Finnish scholarships for Vietnamese students and support for the Vietnamese community in Finland. Minister Satonen admired Vietnam's progress and committed to deepening cooperation, particularly in labor and education. Now, in the next 5 years, more Vietnamese workers will be able to work in Finland. This is thanks to the Memorandum of Cooperation on migrating skilled professionals, skilled workers, and seasonal laborers from Vietnam to Finland. The agreement is valid from 2025 to 2030. Vietnamese workers in the healthcare sectors will need to know Finnish. In contrast, those working in factories and the information technology sector must know English. Since the end of 2023, the Ministry of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs has approved the registration of 3 Vietnamese enterprises with contracts to send 134 workers to Finland. Their salaries range from 1,500 to 2,000 euros per month. Coming up next, Resolution 57 inspires Vietnamese experts and academics to drive national development. And later on, Vietnamese in Thailand welcome the Year of the Snake 2025. Welcome back to VTV News. A strong cold air mass has caused temperatures in 14 northern provinces to drop below 5 degrees Celsius since Sunday night, with frost appearing in some areas. The lowest temperatures recorded was below 10 degrees Celsius, with 31 stations in mountainous regions reporting temperatures under 5 degrees Celsius. In places like Y Tý, Lào Cai, and Bát Mọt, Thanh Hóa, temperatures were around 0 degrees Celsius, leading to frost. Temperatures are expected to rise by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius on Tuesday, with a reduced chance of frost. The cold front has also reached the south, bringing the lowest dry season temperatures, with places like Ho Chi Minh City seeing temperatures of 17 to 19 degrees Celsius. At the National Conference for Breakthroughs in Science, Technology, Innovation, and Digital Transformation on Monday morning, Party General Secretary Tô Lâm emphasized that science and technology are pivotal to Vietnam's sustainable development. The party chief underscored the need to attract talent, particularly Vietnamese academics abroad and international experts. Resolution 57 in this context has sparked enthusiasm among overseas Vietnamese eager to contribute their expertise to foster science, technology, and innovation for the country.
As a postdoctoral researcher at Monash University in Australia, Dr. Tâm collaborates with Vietnamese partners to develop energy-efficient equipment aligned to global emissions reduction. However, he notes that regulatory hurdles often delay project implementation. Resolution 57 allows professionals like him to anticipate more effectively.
In Australia, the review process for a research project can take up to 6 months or a year. However, once approved, scientists receiving research funding are encouraged to implement their work promptly with clear deadlines. I believe Vietnam could benefit from establishing similar mechanisms to facilitate cooperation and create research and development funds with countries that have strong science projects.
For many Vietnamese academics, Resolution 57, which focuses on attracting expertise, is a crucial step towards enhancing collaboration and contributions from Vietnamese overseas.
Resolution 57 demonstrates Vietnam's strong commitment to attracting talent. According to statistics, Vietnam ranks third globally after China and India in the number of expatriate experts in developed countries. If we can facilitate contributions from these experts, we can tap into a vast pool of knowledge.
Academics also envision greater investment in Vietnam's scientific infrastructure and technological tools, enabling researchers to transform their ideas into tangible outcomes.
I hope Vietnam will prioritize developing infrastructure and equipment for science and digital transformation. It would create an environment where researchers can turn their ideas into real products.
About 600,000 overseas academics are a vast resource to harness this potential. Stronger efforts are needed to connect and mobilize intellectual networks globally, reflecting the true spirit of Resolution 57.
We believe 2025 will be a year filled with dynamic activities to maximize these resources. By organizing conferences, seminars, and networking events, we aim to provide opportunities for overseas intellectuals to offer advice, initiate projects, and contribute to Vietnam's development.
Resolution 57 boldly paves the way for attracting talent and accelerating national innovation. Importantly, it emphasizes long-term investment in high-risk research. Foreign experts believe this aspect will drive future breakthroughs in domestic and international collaboration.
Now moving on to other news, Japan's Vietnamese Youth and Students Association, VISA, convened its Congress for the 2025 to 2026 tenure in Tokyo on January the 11th. The event saw participation by over 100 members and representatives of Vietnamese associations in Japan, local VISA branches, and partner businesses. The Congress highlighted the association's achievements in 2024 in educational support, employment assistance, charity activities, and cultural and sport exchanges. In 2024, the VISA Gifu branch was established, further enhancing the activities of Vietnamese youth and students in central Japan. Since its inception in 2001, the VISA, with 12 branches across Japan, has conducted a broad spectrum of projects to support young Vietnamese and students living in Japan. Now, last weekend, overseas Vietnamese from all over Thailand gathered in Bangkok to attend the Spring Homeland event for the Year of the Snake 2025. The event was co-organized by the Thai Vietnamese Association in Bangkok and surrounding areas, as well as the Vietnamese Embassy in Thailand.
At the National Telecommunications Company of Thailand's multi-purpose building, many overseas Vietnamese from all over Thailand arrived to participate in the Spring Homeland event. They were all happy with the country's achievements in the past year and its entry into a new era of national development.
We are very happy to see the changes in the country moving forward and rising ourselves up.
We are truly honored to meet our compatriots across Thailand and celebrate a joyful Tet together.
In New Year greetings, Vietnamese ambassador to Thailand, Pham Việt Hung, reviewed the country's key achievements and milestones in 2024, expressing hope that in 2025, the entire Vietnamese community, living, working, and studying in Thailand, will steadfastly overcome difficulties and challenges, continue to succeed in all fields, and unite to strengthen the friendship between the two countries and their peoples.
Coming up next in our world news, EU ministers will consider easing sanctions on Syria. And later on, China's smart Dragon 3 rocket launches satellites offshore. EU foreign ministers will meet in Brussels, Belgium later this month to discuss the possibility of lifting sanctions on Syria. The EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Kaja Kallas, announced this on Sunday. The EU Council has extended sanctions on Syria until June the 1st. Now, currently, 1,318 individuals and 86 Syrian organizations are subject to EU access freezes and travel bans. The sanctions also prohibit providing them with money or economic resources directly or indirectly. Previously, the EU stated that sanctions on Syria could be eased if the country's new leadership takes positive steps toward forming an inclusive government and guarantees the rights of its people. A smart Dragon 3 rocket lifted off on Monday in East China's Shandong province, sending the satellite group SantiSpace 01 into its planned orbit. The SD-3 rocket has a total length of 31 meters and a weight of 140 tons. The sea launch demonstrated the rocket's adaptability to harsh maritime environments and strong winds in winter. With this launch, the rocket reached a new milestone where it could carry a total payload of up to 1,600 kilograms, the heaviest ever. This payload included a group of 10 SANCTIONS satellites, which were used to collect data on the space environment and test the inter-satellite laser network. As AI advances and permeates all aspects of life, a key question arises: would it worsen climate change or become a tool to address environmental changes? Tech giants like Meta, Google, and Microsoft acknowledge that their operations consume vast amounts of energy and emit significant greenhouse gases. Large language models such as ChatGPT also put additional strain on the global energy infrastructure. Now, for instance, a task from OpenAI's GPT-3 can use as much electricity as a U.S. household in 2 months. Measures to reduce AI's environmental impact include developing energy-efficient models and enforcing regulations on emissions and energy use. A nonprofit organization is testing a smartphone app to help farmers identify disease and pests in their crops in Western Kenya. Experts suggest that if successful in trial areas, this model could offer hope for smallholder farmers across the continent. More to follow.
The app, developed by nonprofit organization Plant Village, offers real-time solutions to crop health issues, a boon for farmers like Akochi who have long struggled with identifying diseased plants.
This phone app has made my work so easy. I don't have to go far or look for someone for advice or use any transport money. It's just me and the farm and my phone.
Akochi has been using the app since 2018 and says it has made a difference in her yields.
Before, an acre would produce only 5 bags of cassava. Most were wilted or diseased. But using the modern technology that I have been using, 1 acre can now produce 200 or 250 bags.
Smallholder farmers like Akochi, who typically work on less than 2-acre farms, produce 80% of food consumed in Africa. The technology provides resources on sourcing quality seeds, land preparation methods, and access to agricultural specialists.
49% of the AI being deployed in Africa are based on agriculture. And the reason why we are focusing on agriculture is because of the increase in population and also the challenges that are being brought by climate change.
Experts say Africa requires an annual investment of $77 billion USD to enhance farming practices, boost yields, and improve agricultural supply chains to address food insecurity. Researchers are exploring various solutions, including introducing resilient crops in climate-affected areas and leveraging technology. But many believe AI has great due to its accessibility, customization, and affordability.
And up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again at 3 p.m. local time.